Why are you gay? I would rather live in a bag of milk. Don't ever say that to me ever again. Hi, welcome to jewelry making and Q&A and Yap. This is my mic stand because I have the inability to be anything but whimsy at any point of my day. So I put a thing on Instagram for you guys to submit questions. So I'm just going to answer some of those while doing my jewelry making. I've got the Whimsygoth Market coming up soon. By soon, I mean in 2 weeks somehow. So I've got loads of stuff to make. Yeah, I just realized I left my beads next door, but I've got some bead soups here that I can use. This is a huge cup of lemon and ginger tea. Big up TK Maxx for this. But yeah, let's get started. What should we make first? Let's do some earrings. I feel like I'm a little bit low on earrings and I don't really mess around with different styles. Oh my gosh. Okay, I already have ideas. Cute. Cute. And let's get into the first question. Okay, so our first question is, how did you come up with your shop's name? So I don't know if I can take credit for my shop's name. I didn't come up with it by myself. I so a little fact about me. I love the film Donnie Darko. It's one of my favorite films. I have my top three favorite films, which just my comfort films and how I just structure my life and my aesthetics, which is Donnie Darko, Labyrinth, and Bram Stoker's Dracula. Um, they are just very special to me. I actually have the posters up there. You probably can't see that at all, can you? So I've got Dracula and Labyrinth. I used to have a Donnie Darko one. And no matter how many times I put it up on my wall, I use the exact same method as both of these, and these have been up for 2 years nearly. Um, I used the exact same method, but for some reason it didn't want to stay on the wall and it would come crashing down in the middle of the night and break the frame. And it just got too much for me, so I haven't put it back up. But essentially, in Donnie Darko, they have this scene where um, they are going into the deeper meaning of the book Watership Down. And Donnie says destruction is a form of creation. And that just really sat with me because it's true. Like, even if you think you're destroying something, you're actually creating something new. If you have had a breakup or a friendship breakup, a new job, a new anything, it's not the end of the world. You actually have something new in front of you. And it's true with, like, from a science standpoint as well. The energy can never be destroyed, it's only turned into something new. Destruction is a form of creation. So I sort of just took that, and it's just my little viewpoint on life as well. Um, I've talked about it a lot on Instagram, um, about how I was homeless for 6 months in 2023 and how I have lost my family, how I've lost my old friends, um, all just in 24 hours, um, and how I somehow managed to rebuild my life, even rebuild a new family. I have people now that I really view as like mother, father figures, sibling figures. I have my new. I actually live somewhere. I'm not homeless, which is a big jump. Um, so yeah, destruction is a form of creation is special to me because of that as well. And it also sums up my business. I take apart old vintage things, stuff from thrift shops, charity shops, and turn it into something new. Destruction is a form of creation. I'm making a bead bow, so that means I have to whip out the bead bowl of doom and chaos. I'm allowed my chaos bowl. Everything else is organized and lovely and neat. I'm allowed my chaos bowl. I have one chaos drawer slash basket slash bowl per room because I can handle cleaning everything else. I can handle keeping everything else neat and organized, but I just need my chaos one. I've got a drawer in my kitchen that is just slightly insane. I have my basket in my bedroom of stuff that I have not even folded or cared about in the last week. And I have my chaos bowl. So don't say a word. Don't say a word about my chaos bowl. What color are we doing with these, do you reckon? I think I'm gonna stick to the silvery theme. I think it's very cute, especially with a bead bow. But anyway, on to the next question. If you were any animal, what animal would you be? Okay, I think I give cat energy. But I don't know if that's just wishful thinking. I don't know. What animal do you think I am? Fox. Sorry, Fox. Every now and then I scream really loud in the middle of the night. I've got the hair color scheme of a fox. I like going through bins. Or maybe a magpie, shiny things. I don't know. I bet it's something. I bet I'm actually something really stupid, like a worm. Kind of resonate with worm actually. This is my application to be a worm. But in also, I think I've always thought that I was a cat because I like doing yoga. I like having a stretch. I will scream if I'm hungry. I will climb a tree if I see one. I also like looking at birds. I feel like cat is a good fit, but I also am leaning towards fox. This bowl also just includes a bit of a necklace. I'm allowed my chaos bowl. Don't say a word. Another one. Something you wish more people knew about you. Kind of hard. I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot, and what you see is what you get. I actually, yeah, what you see is what you get. If I have a problem with someone, if I'm mad at you, if I think you've made the wrong choice rather, um, I will let you know, and it won't be through like stank face or indirects. Like I will directly go up to you and I will tell you that you've upset me. Because I spend too much of my life being upset by people and people pleasing and letting people treat me badly without saying anything. So I've become a person that will just say exactly what I am thinking and feeling, especially because I have a lot of big feelings. Also, but on a silly note, I wish people knew that I made a vow when I was 12 to always wear mismatched socks. And it was because I watched Dan and Phil. And Phil also did that. And I was like, I think I will do that too. So every day since then, I have worn mismatched socks. Okay. Wow. Wow. These are my melody socks. But I always wear my docks, so you can't see. You cannot see it half the time. These bead bows have got to be teeny. I need smaller beads for that. Yeah. I also wish people knew that I wasn't mean. Because I feel like a lot of people think that I'm quite mean. I don't have a resting bitch face necessarily. But I feel like people think I'm mean. I am not mean. Just I just don't like being messed around, I think, basically. I just don't like people lying to me. I don't like people treating me badly. And if I if I've cut someone off, which I have cut a lot of people off, it's for a reason. And I will go into those reasons if need be. But yeah, I guess that's what I want people to know more. Okay, next question is when did you make your first jewellery? So I think I was probably about 10. My parents signed me up to like a jewelry making class as a kid, which was just basically just doing this, just putting beads on some wire, and then the lady would help us like fix it, and then we'd have a little bracelet, which was cute, and possibly started my love for jewelry making. But I stopped doing it for ages and ages after that. And then one day I was like, actually, I want to have a brand. What are some things that I can do? Oh, I kind of know how to do jewelry making, and there's a load of spare beads somewhere in the loft. I can do that. So I did. Okay, the next question is any hidden talents? I'm I'm pretty decent at art. I also did art at college. Um, I can draw, I can sketch, I can paint, I can do clay. I don't talk about this. I'm like an art teacher, kind of. I am an art teacher. I am an art teacher for adults with disabilities and learning disabilities and autism and things like that. I teach them sort of drawing and printing and clay making and all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah, art. But my answer to anyone when they would ask me what my hidden talent is as a child is that I can dislocate my joints, which, as I've gotten older and iller, I have discovered is because I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And it's not necessarily a good thing that I can do that, so I don't. Well, I shouldn't. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's just too good of a party trick to just pop my shoulder out. But yeah, I guess being double jointed as well. What countries have you traveled to? Not that many. I want to travel more. Um, First country I traveled to, I believe, was Italy. I went to Sardinia when I was a kid, and I went to Greece. I went to Rhodes, and then as an adult, I went to Spain. I went to Benidorm in Spain. I went to Hurghada in Egypt, and I'm going to Tenerife next year. And that's a cute, teeny little bead bow. Tiny little bead bow. Oh my goodness. If this is your first exposure to me, hey, I make jewelry. Do you think your fashion style will be similar when you grow older? There's more to the comment, but I can't see it for some reason. But yes, I think it will be similar. I don't think it will be exactly the same. I think it's very normal to change as you get older and stop liking things or like other things more. But I will always be some type of alternative because I agree with the beliefs that alternative groups hold. And plus, it's cool. It makes me feel confident. Um, and I've always just been a bit weird in my expression. I've always had, like, as a kid, I had funky tights. I was like wearing skirts over jeans all the time. I've always been just a little bit strange. And I would really hate to lose that as I get older. I think so many people tone themselves down when they're getting older to make less of a spectacle of themselves because of being insecure about aging or trying to fit into some role, like a mother, father, or um, grandma, aunt. These roles don't have a uniform. So just wear whatever makes you comfy, whatever makes you feel good about yourself. Um, and that's what I'll be doing too. Okay, next question is what music you listen to? Everything. Well, not everything. I listen to loads of different genres. I particularly enjoy goth, metal, um, any type of alternative music. But then I also like some hip hop, rap, R&B. Let me read out my Spotify likes. My liked songs are kind of all over the place. So I've got Ashniko, who I'm seeing next year. Ashniko, Lady Gaga, Montel Fish, Artemis, Tyler the Creator, Charlie XCX, Alita, Pierce the Veil, Florence the Machine, Amy Winehouse, Mother Mother, Childish Gambino, Tame Impala, Adrian Lenker. This is just my recently played stuff. King Princess. But then obviously I have other playlists with like Metallica. Next question is fave movie ever to see if the world was ending. So I already talked about my 3 favorite films, but I think I wouldn't watch one of my favorite films if the world was ending. I think I'd probably watch um, a comfort film, a film from my childhood. Probably Lilo and Stitch or like Peter Pan. Something really non-stressful. Because if the world is ending, I'm going to be very stressed out. Something whimsical. Drop all of your organized beads on the floor, or never be able to use chunky beads again. I drop all of my organized beads. I love my chunky beads. I can't be without my chunky beads. My jewellery. Don't ever say that to me ever again. that's crazy. And I have dropped beads before. Actually, the most recent time I dropped beads, it wasn't my fault. I was in the car on my way to the Whimsygoth Market, and someone pulled out in front of us, and we had to brake really hard, and the beads that I was holding went all over the floor of the car. So, but I can clean it up. I'm the same about spillages. Like it's fine. Not the end of the world. It can be cleaned up. Things will always move forward. Wow, can you tell these comments are from the same person? Be made of denim or live in a bag of milk. It right. There's more I need to know because will the milk go off over time? I guess not because it's like part of me as a person. Like if I was a bag of milk or if I lived in a bag of milk. If the milk goes off, I'd rather be made of denim. But if the milk doesn't go off, I'd be quite happy in a bag of milk. I think I'd be quite content. It would be like being back in the womb. But my hair would always be a bit wet, and I don't think that would go down well with me, I'm not gonna lie. But the idea of being made of denim really makes me really uncomfortable. Imagine how scratchy that would be, and you'd never be able to properly relax and stretch and how would you even go about cleaning that? You'd be soggy denim for like a few days after having a shower. Thank you for asking. I would rather live in a bag of milk. Thank you. We're nearly at the end of our questions, but we're also nearly at the end of the jewellery, so that's fine. Perfect timing. Favorite flower? I really like sunflowers. I like violets. I like baby's breath. I think baby's breath probably my favorite one. It's just so what are the meanings behind your tattoos? So I'm not I don't have very many visible at the minute other than my tummy ones, so I will do that one. Um so this one is a fern. I wanted to get a fern tattooed. And the ferns were just starting to bloom. Bloom? I don't know if that's the right word. And in my head, I thought there was ferns in my garden. There wasn't. I had made that up completely. So I went to the woods on a mission for ferns. And I was looking around for so long and I couldn't find any. And I was finally on my way back. And when I'm telling you, a beam of sunlight came through the leaves of the trees directly onto one fern that was sticking straight up. One fern. When do you see just one fern leaf? And I was like, okay, it's choosing me. It's choosing me. So I picked it and printed it onto some paper. And I sent that through to Nicole /friend/tattoo artist /bad bitch. And she put it on a stencil and then tattooed it onto my body forever. But the meaning behind it, the reason I wanted a fern is because of something called ferning. And it just made me feel so like connected to nature and femininity. So that's that one. This one and this one I got at the same time. It was just from a flash sheet. I went with 3 people that are really special to me that are part of that found family that I was talking about earlier. We didn't get matching tattoos, we just all got something from the flash sheet. And it was just a really nice day and connecting with people. They don't have a meaning, but they have a nice memory. And I will do a tattoo tour of the rest of them because I've got 5 more tattoos. I'll do the meaning of those in another video. Oh my god. A wasp is trying to break in. No! No. You may not. If you're a wasp and you're watching this right now, you. The last question is, why are you gay? Submitted by my girlfriend. I don't know, probably because they put 2 of the hottest women I've ever seen in my entire life in one movie, which is Atlantis. This was really fun. I'm definitely going to do one of these again in the future. I think I should probably plan out what I'm doing next time before I start filming and answering questions, because I was distracted answering questions too much to actually plan what I was doing. So that's just a note for in the future. But yeah, let me know if you want another one of these. It's just a chill. Like, I know I'm in the background. What are you eating? What work are you doing? What homework are you doing? I like these longer kind of videos. I watch a lot of them myself. So yeah, let me know if you like it. The earrings are finished, which means this is finished. These will be available at the Whimsygoth Market, which you should definitely come to if you want to look cool and be cool and have cool stuff and be around cool people and go to Camden. Come to the Whimsygoth Market. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you learned something about me. I hope you got your question answered. See you in the next one. Get home safe. Bye.